bail a week in the nick. It's crazy. I didn't expect to come back to this.
Yeah, well, he's in Lumber now and there's nothing we can do.
What about Michelle? What's she going to say? She's back here on Tuesday.
I don't know.
I was that far away from ringing him.
What?
To tell him to watch out.
Yeah, well, it's too late. He's on his way to the Crown Court and I've told Marie and George there's nothing we can do to help.
Have you been round?
Yeah, we thought it was best to make sure we had nothing to hide.
What did you tell him about Victor?
We can't, sir.
Look, we're selling him down the river. He's going to be my brother-in-law one day.
Yeah, and we're going to be selling ourselves down the river if we go blabbing about Victor, Terry.
Yeah, but we've got to...
Any customers yet?
No.
Talk about enthusiastic businessmen. Terry, don't forget that mate of yours wants a little concrete mixer delivering by 4 o'clock.
Yeah, OK.
Will these do you two for dinner? Salmon and cucumber and cheese and pickle. Don't say thanks.
Thanks.
I'll do us some coffee.
What does she know?
She's the cat's martyr.
What does she know?
Nothing.
Look, we've got to do something to try and help him.
Ow.
I forgot salad cream. Do you want any?
No thanks. Yeah, come on then, now.
But it wouldn't do any harm saying he was with us when we met Tommy McArdle.
Yeah, well, we know that. The busies know that. What good's that going to do?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't we just make a statement saying that George is straight?
Oh, do we know that?
Well, what do you think?
Well, you know him better than I do, Terry. I mean, he did whiz our copper, didn't he? And he can get older stuff.
Yeah, but this lot, McArdle... Look, why don't we just make a statement? Because I can't settle to all this till we've got a clean slate. And it'd make me feel better.
Why don't we just leave it and see what happens, Terry?
Look, I want to do it today, now. Will you go and see him?
Well, it's your idea. Why don't you go?
Well, I can't leave the shop. My owl fella's calling out, and I've got to go and deliver the cement mixer.
All right, sir.
Oh, go on. It'll only take you 5 minutes.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, we've got to do something. Michelle will be back soon, and you know what she's like.
It won't do any good.
But we've got to do something.
Well, all right.
Sound?
But I'm not mentioning about Victor and the alibi, OK?
All right. Why aren't you going now?
All right.
Is that our first customer?
He's just nipped out.
Great. Our first day and he does a disappearing act.
Starting how he means to carry on, eh?
And you attended the fire at the warehouse earlier that day?
That's right. I was first in, a BA job.
BA?
Breathing apparatus.
I see.
Coffee or tea, Mr. O'Connor?
Not for me, Mrs. Jackson. You told the police that you discussed this incident, this fire, with McArdle, and that was in the Swan Public House. Why, Mr. Jackson?
I don't know, really, except I was narked. They'd searched us, you see.
They?
Security blokes. But they thought we might have, you know, with it being whiskey and cigs in there.
But why discuss these matters with McArdle?
He...
Tell him about the Blazing Saddles, George.
Blazing Saddles?
George's group from work.
Country and Western. See, this McArdle said he might be able to get us a booking at his club in town.
Did he ask you for information about the warehouse conditional on you and this group of yours appearing at his club?
No, George, that's not what you told me. That came after.
After?
They talked about the fire first, the warehouse.
That's right. I was moaning about the way we got treated and he was interested, sympathetic like. So I just threw a street plan to show what I meant about not being able to get the engine up round the back.
He's very good at his job, Mr. O'Connor. He takes pride in his work. Don't you, George?
So, you volunteered the information, the street plan?
I shouldn't have done it. I didn't realise.
He didn't realise he was talking to a criminal.
Yes, Mrs. Jackson. McArdle, of course, claims he doesn't know you.
Eh?
Yet, you say he offered you, in fact gave you, £50 in advance for some kind of fire protection survey on his nightclub.
He's lying. Of course he met George.
The fact is, he denies it.
Wish to God I hadn't met the bloke.
And I wish you'd never made any statements to the police, Mr. Jackson.
I told them the truth.
Well, I can understand that, but it looks... well, it's not helpful, shall we say. Why did you put your telephone number on the back of the street plan?
Because of the fire survey and the group.
That's right. I wish I hadn't done that either.
Quite. I'm afraid I'm still not fully in the picture, Mr. Jackson. Shall we go back to the beginning?
I thought your dad was off the dough. There's nothing in the fridge.
Yeah, well, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have bought a fried horse or something.
Oh, come on, I'm hungry.
I thought you were always stuffing yourself in them hotel kitchens.
Yeah, shut up, Tuxie. Oh, come on, Dame, you've got to come down. Yvonne's mum and dad says we can stay as long as we like.
Oh, Gizmo's in love.
Look, none of us have ever been to London, have they?
Who did Yvonne and Dawn invite exactly?
Me and Duxie.
And then our fellow will pay us, cash in hand.
Yeah, I'm always missing out. I'm working for buttons up here, but if I skive off to make a few bob, I get the bully.
Oh, come on, Dame. Come down. You can take Duxie's place.
Yeah? Go on, Dame. Nick my beard if you like. Feel free.
Oh, get off. I wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't you? Anyway, she fancies you, I can tell.
Me?
How am I supposed to know what you're up to, eh? Stuck up here like a spare part.
Honest, Dux, I wouldn't. It's the money I fancy. Is that true, Giz?
Yeah, Yvonne's dad says he'll pay us for doing the decorating.
Ah, but then there's the train. That costs a bomb.
Tell him, Duxie.
You tell him it's your holiday.
They're still in Liverpool till Saturday, and then they're going to give us a lift down in the car.
What am I going to tell Linda?
Don't tell her, soft lad.
Then there is the money.
We won't crack on. Honest, Dame. Look, Dave, I said we'd meet Yvonne and Dawn at the Institute Disco tonight. We've got to tell them by then, so you've got to come to that.
I can't. I'm skint.
We'll lend you the money.
All right.
I'm going down for chips.
Hey! Never mind, Dave. Where'd you get this?
You're Damon.
Now, look, you might be using my room, but leave me stuff alone, all right?
All right.
Take that upstairs, you two.
I never took it.
Go on, you two. Just do it, eh? Do you know whose that car is outside the Jacksons?
No, I give in. Whose is that car over there?
Damon, I'm not messing. Do you know whose it is?
No.
Have you seen anyone get out of it?
No. Why, what's it to you, any road?
Nothing.
He's in a lot of trouble, that George Jackson, isn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Did he do that robbery? All MCs and stuff?
Don't be soft.
Well, what are you watching his house for?
Just want to help George out, that's all.
You didn't do it, did you, Bags?
What?
Well, you know Tommy McCardle. It's the sort of stunt that he'd pull.
Don't go saying stupid things like that, Damon. Nobody's not out of place up there. I'll have you two.
What's up with him?
Nothing.
He looks worried to me.
Don't be nosy, you.
You coming tonight, then?
All right.
So you coming to London with us, then?
He doesn't give up, does he?
Oh, I've never had a girl ask me out before.
You don't want me taking your place, Duxie?
There's nothing I can do about it, is there?
All right, I'll go. But not a word to Linda, right?
Won't say a word, lad.
Because if you do, I'll batter you. Both of you, OK?
Rocky!
So, what it boils down to is that in your anger at the treatment you had at the hands of the security men at the scene of the fire, you opened up to a man you barely knew. You had no idea that McCardle or persons unknown would use this street plan that you drew in an attempt to commit a robbery.
No, I just thought he was a sympathetic ear, I suppose.
And the reason you put your telephone number on the reverse of this diagram was to enable McCardle to get in touch with you with regard to A, the fire survey of this man's club, and B, the possibility of your country and western group appearing at this same club.
Yes.
And when you accepted this £50, you believed it to be advance payment for that fire survey.
Yes, it was. That's all it was. The fire prevention officer would be down. This was just to advise him.
Not payment for any information about the layout of the warehouse.
No. I never gave him any information about the layout of the warehouse.
And did you undertake this survey of the club?
No.
Why not?
I couldn't get hold of him, McArdle.
How many times did you try?
Oh, I don't know, lots.
I'm afraid that point may cause us problems.
What do you think, Mr. O'Connor? Will he get off?
Well, shall we say we've got enough to construct a defence, eh?
I didn't do it. I didn't conspire on anything.
I know, Mr. Jackson.
You don't sound that sure to me.
The jury will decide on the evidence provided. In the meantime, Mr. Jackson, I can't put too much importance on the fact that you must cooperate with the police at all times, but, and I must stress this, if they should ask for any further interviews, I'll be in attendance. You should also, of course, abide by conditions of bail.
I'm sick of reporting to that police station.
Well, I'll try to get that varied when we get to the committal.
What?
Committal for trial at the Crown Court.
And all the time, that Barry Grant walks round laughing.
Leave it, Marie.
Excuse me?
Barry Grant? It was him that introduced George to this McArdle fella, and he doesn't have to report to the police station.
Does it... Is this relevant, Mr. Jackson?
No.
Never mind, no, you tell him.
He was in the pub, that's all.
At the time you drew this street plan?
He introduced George to a criminal. Surely that goes against him.
He wasn't there when I drew it.
Well, if we need a statement from this, Mr. Grant, perhaps my clerk could telephone you.
A clerk?
Yes, if it's necessary. Now, as I was saying, under the conditions of bail, Mrs. Collins has offered a surety of £1,000, so it is important that you comply with the conditions set down by the magistrates. Good.
Well, is that it? I mean, all this talking, I've got to sit here stewing. Well, I've got 100 mates down the station reading the paper, fireman on conspiracy charge.
I'm afraid so.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's not good enough for me. I want to get to the bottom of this. 5 minutes talk in a pub and I'm in this mess. Can't we hire a private detective or something? Somebody must know. Somebody must have seen me and McArdle.
Mr. Jackson...
No, I want to find out what happened. This is just talk. I'm going to find that McArdle, love, I am.
Mr. Jackson, you mustn't. I can't stress that too strongly. Keep away from this man, McArdle. Don't even go near this public house.
Well, who is going to find out, then?
Mr. Jackson, I can understand your frustration, but we must leave it to the court. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Jackson, and your hospitality. I'll be in touch, and please, do remember what I advised. Well, I think I'll look in on Annabelle. Tell her we have a good case, eh?
She's not in, actually. She went out earlier.
Oh, well, tell her I called. You've got a good friend there.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Mr. O'Connor. And I'll keep reminding him. Don't worry.
Bye, Mr. Jackson.
He's a good fella, George. You can tell he's one of Annabelle's. You know, class.
Doesn't believe me, though, does he? And why'd you have to go mentioning Barry?
Because he's your solicitor. He's got to know the full facts.
Barry's got nothing to do with it.
I'll go. He's probably forgotten something.
Is George in?
He might be.
Look, is he in or not?
Come in, Barry.
So...
I hope you've come to help this time.
Shut up, Marie. So, Marie.
No, you're all right, George. Look, I've just called round to say that I'll help you out. I'll make a statement to the police to say that I introduced you to McArdle.
We know that.
Marie, shut up and let him speak.
I don't know what McArdle will say, but...
Seems he's saying nothing.
Oh. Well, what I'll say is that I introduced you that night in the pub and that you were just having a drink and that.
Where's Teddy?
Well, he'll make a statement as well.
He's keeping away.
Yeah, well, he's only just got back from Shrewsbury.
Marie, will you stop it and let him talk?
That's all I can do, George. Honest.
Do you know where McArdle is?
No? Well, I haven't seen him since that night he was with you in the pub.
If you believe that, you'll believe anything.
Marie, shut it!
That's the truth, George. No matter what she says.
So he'll talk to the police then. He'll tell them you introduced us, but you didn't see anything or hear anything.
Well, we didn't see anything. Neither of us. Me and Teddy.
Do you want a drink? Marie?
No, thanks.
Just as well. You've been making it yourself.
Right, you get your deposit back when you bring the grinder back. OK. Thanks a lot. Ta-ra. What's this?
Oh, you made me jump.
What are you doing here?
Making the bed.
This is mine and Michelle's flat. How did you get in? Have you got some keys?
Yeah.
Let's have them. These are brand new. You might be the landlord here, but me and Michelle are paying the rent. This flat's private.
I'm sorry, Terry.
Did Barry get these cut?
Yeah.
Nice and cosy, eh? Michelle in London, me at my uncle's. How long did you have it all planned?
It wasn't all planned. Barry just sprang it on me, showed me he'd had them cut. I said it was silly because there was no security risk till the business started. But he wanted to stay here on his own.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, Terry. We'll both apologise to Michelle. Mind you, didn't leave any underpants in it.
Oh, I don't know. Look, just forget it, eh? We'll tell Michelle your dad had a spare set and you give them to me, because I don't want her getting upset.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. But I'll kill him if he's left any undies in that bed.
Look, all I can say is I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry and all. It's been one thing after the other, and now you've got him mixed up with this McArdle character.
Barry might have introduced us, but he wasn't there when I drew that street plan. It was soft me that did that.
I wish you hadn't, George.
So do I.
We will help, though, me and Terry. What we'll do is...
We don't want your help. As far as we know, you're up to your neck in this robbery.
Look, I came here to try and help. I don't have to take this, George.
No, he doesn't, Marie. It's very good of you to try and do something for us. And Terry.
And Terry. I wish to God he wasn't a mate of yours.
Look, we will tell the police or the solicitor, George. Just tell us one, eh?
Forget it.
Marie!
You're blind, the pair of you. There's nothing he can do to help us. All he's doing is feeling guilty. How do we know he hasn't got a place stacked up with whiskey and ciggies?
I haven't. I'm not lying, George.
Marie, will you stop it? He's not involved, neither is Terry. They're going to make a statement.
Look, it's all very well you saying that you're going to make a statement. But what good's it going to do, eh? George has already told the police that you introduced him to McArdle. He's already told us that he was involved with McArdle before. Anything that he can say is just going to make things worse. You're just going to make things twice as bad as they already are. But we don't want your help. Don't bother coming back.
The offer's there, George.
Thanks, Barry.
There's nothing that you can do to help us. We don't need him, George. We've got a good solicitor.
What's all that about, Dave? Dunno. You gonna lend a few quid, then?
Oh, behave, will you? Ask Flash Harry Barry. He looks as though he could do with a friend.
Nah, he won't give us anything.
He's too tight to even give us a job.
Look, Duxie, if I'm going down to London with Giz, I'm gonna need a few bob just to get me going till the wages off Yvonne's dad come in.
You listen to this, Giz. I fix him up with a free holiday, hand over my bear for all I know, and then he wants me to pay for everything. I'm not even going to this disco.
You'll get it back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we are? Where's that what's-it kid? I haven't seen him for ages.
A microchip kid.
Hey, don't you two start anything. How you good?
Yeah, not so bad.
How's the computer job going then?
Oh, I've not done so much lately. Miss Allen's contacts, you know. Wish he'd stayed a bit longer.
Yeah. Been shopping then?
Yeah, just a few things.
Can I ask you a favour?
Like what?
Well, I'm meeting this girl tonight, and I'm skint. Can you lend a £5? I'll pay you back dead quick, honest.
Forget it.
I thought you'd say that. Hey, let's see what you've got in your bag. Let's have a look.
Leave it with you.
I've burst them little ponts.
Right.
At last.
Where's Terry?
He's gone to deliver that cement mixer. This is a tool hire business, remember?
I don't know. Did you get the sheets changed?
Never mind that. Where have you been? You've been gone ages.
I had a bit of business to sort out.
What sort of business?
My business, all right.
This is your business now.
Let's go and see Michelle's brother-in-law, George.
Barry, it's our first day.
You haven't been out that long. Sorry.
What did you have to see him about? What's the big secret? I don't keep secrets about my business. This business. Our business.
Look, George is in a bit of trouble. I thought I could help, that's all.
Could have waited, couldn't it?
George is in trouble with the police. And can't we just leave it and get on with this?
There's more to this than you're letting on, isn't there?
Look, I've told you, Celia.
Barry!
Look, me and Terry have promised an alibi to one of Tommy McArdle's men, all right?
Oh, no.
If the police get hold of him, they can get George off.
Why did you get involved?
Because we didn't know George was involved then.
Who is this fella you've alibied?
Victor.
That creep! That little nobody! Why didn't you tell him to get lost?
Because he's got mates. Powerful mates like Tommy McArdle.
Powerful? They're not powerful if people stand up to them.
Oh, I'd like to see you stand up to them, Celia.
God almighty, Barry, that Victor. He's rubbish. Scum. And you're no better if you're willing to put the likes of him above Michelle's brother-in-law.
Is that it now? Sermon over, eh?
Yeah. And it's not the only thing that's over.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
You never think, do you? You never thought that you might be putting this, the real business, at risk, did you?
At risk? How's it at risk, eh?
How? Because I've told you before. You might like mixing with scum like Victor and McArdle, but I don't. You can keep it all as your sort of business from now on.
You should eat, you know, love.
Don't feel like it.
Well, this isn't gonna help. Staying out after night, drinking.
I've not been drinking. Just had to get out.
Did you report at the police station?
Yeah. Hanging round with all the deadbeats. Real criminals.
You should eat. Where did you go?
Looking for McArdle.
George, the man's a gangster. You heard what Barry Grant said. He's a nutter.
Yeah, well, it's all right. I couldn't find him.
Well, that didn't take all night.
I've not been out all night.
Well?
Well, what?
Where did you go? I was worried sick.
McArdle's club. No joy deserted. I just went round a few likely places.
It isn't going to do any good. How do you know you weren't being watched?
Watched?
They're bound to be, aren't they? People like McArdle. And you don't know what the police are doing. I don't want you messing everything up.
I'm not messing things up. I'm just trying to find out the truth. I'm not going to do that sat here on me beam end. I'm going to find that McArdle and have it out with him.
Stay home, George. These people won't think twice about hurting you.
No, Marie, love, I'm going to find him. I've got to.
You've tried. You can't do any more.
Can't I? I might not have any joy at that club of his, but I'm going to find him all right. I'm not letting him crawl out of this.
He's probably miles away by now.
Then I'll follow him.
Don't be soft, for God's sake.
Why don't you leave me to it?
Because I don't want you any more involved, and I don't want you in hospital. Or worse.
Can you pick the kids up from Betty's?
Where are you going now?
See if I can find Barry and Terry. Perhaps they'll know where he is.
What happened with Marie and George? I couldn't find you anywhere last night.
I was trying to find Celia.
What did George say?
Threw me out.
George?
Well, no. She did. Marie's a character. She's not thick. What she says makes sense. If we go around making a statement about George, it'll just make things worse.
Well, what did he say?
What do you think with her there?
Well, we'll have to tell him about Vic.
I'll have a cup of coffee if you're making one.
Yeah, I need another cup. It's downstairs. I won't be a minute.
Proper little housewife, isn't he?
I tried to find you last night.
I was out.
Yeah, I know.
If you'd have sent him packing, you'd have heard no more about this. You'd have found some other mugs to alibi him.
Listen, you mightn't believe this, Celia, but I did do it for the business, you know.
By letting him use it as an alibi.
McArdle wouldn't hesitate to cause trouble around here for us. I mean, you don't know him like I do.
I wish you didn't.
Yeah, well, I can't get out of it now. I mean, I'm not too bothered about me, but you, Michelle and Terry, the business.
I know. God, it gets me. Running in fear of a person like that when we're trying to start up something decent, honest. I don't want you to get into anything like this again.
I'm not out of this yet.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, I know.
Barry, we've got too much going for us to muck it up by getting involved with characters like Victor and McArdle.
You mean when I finish then?
No. But I want you to be straight. And I know you can. Just be careful, Barry.
I can't get out of this Vic business now.
I know. I've thought about it. Wouldn't help anyone if you went back on that alibi. You're committed to Victor now. But when we've seen this through, I want no more of it, OK?
OK.
Should we get on with making a living, then?
Mum?
Yes, love.
Would you mind if I went on holiday?
Huh, where's the money going to come from? And don't look at me.
Well, I thought I might.
Who are you going with?
Yeah, Gizmo.
Oh, talk of the devil.
Hi, Mrs. Grant.
Hello, love. Right, what's this holiday you're talking about, then?
Well, we
haven't quite discussed it yet, Mum.
Well, you can forget it. It might have slipped your mind, but it hasn't slipped mine. You can start signing on next week, love. You can start looking for work proper.
You can sign on in London, Mrs. Grant.
I'll be quite happy, love, if he signs on 3 bus stops down the road. And if he doesn't know the way, his dad'll show him.
Seen that gangster neighbour of yours at the bus stop? The look he gave me, maybe he did,
Gangster? What gangster?
Little witches fella.
I
think he is George Jackson, Marie's little witch.
George Jackson, a gangster. You two want to watch what you're saying. He hasn't been found guilty yet, you know. He probably won't be either. He's a decent bloke.
Well, he's got mates like Tommy McCardle.
Tommy McCardle? What's he got to do with George?
Well, the police got George, but they couldn't get McCardle. McCardle set George up. Tight, innit?
Oh, the poor bloke. I didn't realise it was that bad for him.
Can we have some money for chips, Mum?
Oh.
Oh, it's knackered, that, Terry. It's not.
Turn it off.
Oh, mate, we can't hide out of Duff Drill, you know.
There'll be no one to hire to if you keep up that racket. It'll scare everyone away.
You want to watch the security in here? Nobody minding the shop. Could have helped myself.
Good job you're honest, isn't it, Vic?
You had any visitors?
Like you.
Don't be soft, you know what I mean.
We haven't, but my bird's brother-in-law has.
I didn't know he was family. The singing fireman.
Well, he's writing it now because of you and that toe rag McCardle.
Hey, I'll tell him you said that, Terry.
Yeah, it's right, though, isn't it, Vic? I mean, you and your lads have dropped him right in it to cop for the lot.
He got paid, didn't he? Why else would he do it?
He got conned and McCardle knows it.
Yeah, and so do we.
I hope you're not getting shaky on me, Barry. And you, Terry. Especially you.
Oh, look what the cat's dragged in.
My business is with these two. It's got nothing to do with standing discs.
I know what your business is, so make it quick, then get out. If you're going to bring friends round, Terry, you can entertain them in the flat.
Come on.
Well, they've seen Tommy and got a statement, so it could be any time now.
Yeah, well, what's Tommy had to say, Vic?
Nothing. Look, he can look after himself. It's me I'm looking out for. So you know the score. I was here from 5 till 9:30. Then we went for a few bevies in the Prince Albert in between.
OK, but what about George?
He's on his own.
The busy's definitely going to talk to you.
Well, I don't know. Everyone else involved's done a bunk. Tommy hasn't got a lot of mates. He's only got a few that matter to him, so it looks like I'm next with a visit.
Well, who else was involved?
Grow up, Terry. It isn't Jack and Ori.
Look, George's family, I've got to give him information. The next going to kill him.
Look, I'm telling you nothing. All I can say about him, the fireman, is that he drew Tommy a street plan showing the security risk of a warehouse. That's what the 50 quid was for.
You louse.
You better be able to sort him out, Vic. You know some way to help him, don't you?
Look, I can't do anything. I start talking and Tommy's going to get upset. He doesn't like questions. You know what he's like.
I wish we hadn't got involved with this.
Well, you are involved in it. So you say the right things to the busies and we'll be laughing. Tommy will be pleased.
Oh, yeah, his pockets will be bulging while George is in court.
No one made a carrot out of this, Terry, except your mate.
What, 50 quid for losing his job and everything?
Look, I'm going. Don't get shaky on me. Make sure, eh?
Another friend?
Oh, sorry, Barry, Terry. She never said you had company.
Yeah, well, he's just going, George. It's all right. Victor, this is George.
How do, mate?
Remember our deal. See ya.
Funny fellow wearing gloves in this weather.
I'm telling you, George, don't go looking for McCardle.
I've got to.
Look, just keep away from him.
He doesn't rob meters, you know. He's a real gangster. I mean, it starts...
All right. Is there anyone else I can talk to? I mean, you introduced me to the fella. Has he got no mates who'll know where he is?
Yeah, well, no one will talk to you, George.
And what about you two, then? I mean, you must know his mates. You could ask.
Yeah, well, they're a bit out of our league, George, you know.
I have to find him myself, then.
Hey, George, leave it, will you? I mean, you've got a solicitor and that. Leave it to him, eh?
Yeah, he thinks I'm guilty. I've just got to talk to McCardle.
He won't want to know you, George. I'm telling you. George, just leave it. He's dangerous.
So glad you came.
Oh, what do you think?
It was brilliant, wasn't it? What did you do on your holiday, Andrew? Oh, I lay in this tent, talking about politics till 3 o'clock in the morning, night after night.
Oh, well, you make it sound dead boring.
But it wasn't, you just said it was brilliant.
Anyway, you better get off in case we get caught.
OK, look, I'll call around about 8 o'clock, OK? Don't worry about it.
Oh, there's one of the neighbours.
Hi, Aaron.
Hello, Gordon.
I'll take that for you.
I'm fine.
Oh, it's all right. It's no bother. Where have you been?
Camping with friends.
On motorbikes.
That was just my boyfriend. He picked me up.
Ah, couldn't be bothered to take you to the front door, though, eh?
He's working, isn't he?
What's he do? Sell camping equipment?
Isn't it tight, Tux? He can't get off work to come with us.
I'm not bothered. I'm going to make the most of it. Make some real money and meet some real birds from Soho. Simple. Hey, I've still got to ask my ma, though.
Hey, look.
I'm all right from here, Gordon, honest.
Oh, it's no bother.
I'll carry you back for 10pence, missus.
Hey, have you two been on a dirty weekend?
Some people might ask if I've had a nice holiday. Take no notice, Gordon.
Oh, I won't.
Hey, Cags. Have you had a nice holiday?
Mind your own business.
You had a nice dirty weekend, Gordon.
Hey, won't you ever grow up? Thanks very much for helping me, Gordon.
Right.
And give me love to Lucy when you're right.
Yeah, I'll do that, Karen.
Mum, have you had a good time?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, I'll get you something. If you want to eat chips, eat them round the back. Hey, have you seen our Barry?
Why? What's up with him?
Have you?
Came in late, went out early.
What's he been up to?
Come in.
Hey! You're looking very smart there, Gordon.
So?
You look like you've just been to a disco or something.
A disco?
The one you were at last night.
I wasn't at any disco last night.
Weren't you?
You know, I agree with Karen. I don't see why you two just don't grow up.
Getting Gordon Collins to carry your luggage for you. I don't know.
Well, he asked. What could I say?
So where did this woman drop you off, then?
At Susie's.
You've walked all that way. You should have phoned. Your dad would have picked your stuff up from Susie's, I'm sure. Oh, Damon wants to go on holiday now with Gizmo. Perhaps it's not a bad idea.
Might stop them hanging around the whole time.
Well, what was it like?
It was good.
I can't imagine little Susie lugging all that luggage uphill and down Dale or wherever they call it in the Lake District.
Fells.
Was it her tent?
No, Pauline's.
Oh, I thought it was Susie's mum and dad that went camping.
So do Pauline's.
Hey, maybe me and your dad should take it up. Cheaper than going to Benidorm, eh?
So, how's everything been here? I mean, with the baby?
Oh, I'm fine, love. It's been very quiet. Our Barry's hardly been at home.
Oh, not trouble.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I mean, he seems to be doing all right with his business with Celia. Anyway, never mind about what's going on here. Tell us about your holiday.
It was good. There's nothing else to tell you.
I never get to hear anything, me. Perhaps Andrew will tell me.
What?
Well, I'm sure he'll get to know all the details before any of us. Who's that?
Okay. Linda.
Hi, Karen. Damon is in.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Hello, love.
Hiya. Back to two brothers, eh?
He's out the back, love.
Oh, thanks. Hey, how was the holiday? What was the weather like?
Oh, it did nothing but rain all the time.
That's the lakes for you. It's great if it's fine, though, isn't it? Where'd you go?
All over. I can't remember half the places. There was Windermere and Bass and something and Keswick.
Keswick? We went there last year. Did you go to the Falcon's Nest, that big posh club by the hotel?
Oh, yeah. It was dead good. But it was a bit expensive, though. I mean, $5 to get in.
Were you with a fella?
Yeah. No. I was with some mates and we met some fellas in there.
Funny you had to pay them. I mean, girls don't if they're on their own.
Well, it might not have been the same place, you see. It might have been that other place. In Kendal.
Yeah, it's probably all changed, man. Special offers and that. They don't go on forever, do they? I better get out back and see what Damon's up to.
Right, madam. Out with it. You were with Andrew, weren't you?
No.
Don't lie to me, love. It's written all over your face. You phoned me up the second night you were there. Me and Susie and Pauline are going horse riding tomorrow. You deliberately lied to me and your dad.
We did go horse riding?
Yes, with Andrew. Karen, you've lied to me so you could go off in a tent with that lad. Do you think I'm stupid? Linda knocked you off your stride, didn't she? But you know what did give it away to me, apart from exactly whose mum and dad's tent it was? Andrew. You've never mentioned him. Not once since you walked in this house. Before you went away, you were never off the phone. This afternoon, nothing. I'm ashamed of you. Lying.
I had to.
What?
I had to. I'm nearly 18. An adult. You never bother about what our Barry and Damon do, but with me it's always different. You wouldn't have let me go away, and neither would me dad. You've made me a liar. And I haven't forgotten wanting to go and see Mike at the army camp. And the night he threw Mike out for taking me to a party. He hit me that night too, me dad. And I was being honest. I tell lies and I escape getting hit. Or embarrassed, or both. You and me dad wrecked it for me and Mike. And I don't want it happening this time. That's why I lied.
Where'd you go last night, then?
Oh, just around.
Just around?
Yeah.
Like the Institute disco?
Yeah.
So I know how many girls you danced with.
I was going to tell you anyway.
There weren't that many. You ended up dancing with me.
I never. No, I was going to tell you. It was just a last-minute thing to help Giz out. Want it?
Yeah.
Jenny Evans is having a party on Saturday. She asked us to go.
Saturday?
Well, if you've got anything planned, I don't mind missing it.
No, it's... I'm going to London.
London?
Yvonne's mum and dad have said we can stay there. She's going to put us up.
Oh, great.
Well, Giz wants to go.
You do everything Giz wants to do.
Oh, no, this means a lot to him, you know. I mean, it's his first girlfriend and... Look, what I mean is, he just wants a chance to keep it going with Yvonne.
It's true.
Well, how long for?
Just a few weeks.
Weeks?
Look, it's not just that, though. Yvonne's dad wants us to work for him on the decorating and building.
It's true.
It's a chance of some kind of job.
Proper wages?
Look, I'm sick of being skint and borrowing all the time. I'm sick of spending me days like this, not being able to take you anywhere.
It's not just a holiday. I mean, you wouldn't kid me, would you?
No, I want to work. This is too good an opportunity to miss. And I won't forget to write. And I'll send you some rock.
Don't you feel a bit soft, then? Playing gooseberry?
What?
Well, Giz and Tuxie will be with the girls. You be the odd one out. Tuxie is going too, isn't he?
Well, we're all mates together, aren't we?
So we coming round tonight, then?
Yeah. Tell your dad to get the ale in.
Is that all you go out with me for now?
Well, not all.
I will see you then.
Yeah.
See you, Giz.
See ya.
About 7:30.
You've cracked it, lad.
Hey, don't you blow me up. It's not that I lied about Duxie not going. Just didn't say anything.
Well, I won't say anything either.
What am I going to tell me Ma, though?
If you felt like that about me and your dad, why didn't you talk to us?
Mum?
Get out. We haven't had half the trouble with you that we've had with them two. I thought we could talk to each other.
But we can't. Not when it comes to me doing things any other girl my age does. I'm not stupid.
You were stupid telling lies to me and your dad. You might have known something would slip out.
Look, I just wanted that holiday with Andrew. I didn't want it messed up. I didn't want to be made to look a fool like some stupid kid.
You know that's not what we think of you.
You do. You're having a baby. I'll be 18 next week. I can do whatever I want. I'm not going to go soft. Just forget about me and think about that. Yeah, look after that, because I can look after myself.
Karen.
That's all.
It's early.
Don't tell him, Mum.
I won't, but you will.
I can't.
Karen, if you tell him what you've told me, he might understand.
He'll kill me.
I'm having no more secrets in this house. I've had enough of them.
Oh, please, Mum, the aggro, please.
Karen, you are going to tell him.
Mum, please.
Hello, Queen.
Hello.
Well, bless me soul. Look who's back from the land of the woollybags. Did you have a good time? Come on, let's have a look at you. Well, she looks healthy enough to me, babe.
Yeah, your tea's going to be a bit late, love. I'm sorry you're a bit early.
No problem. I'm nipping out later anyway. Come on, are you going to tell us about the lakes?
It was good.
I know. You've been chasing all the fellas, haven't you? You and the little Susie one and Pauline. Don't worry, girl, I won't tell Andrew.
Dad.
Dad?
Hang on, just a minute. What is the time? What is it, mad lad?
Can I go on holiday to London for a few weeks on Saturday?
Who with?
Oh, Gizmo and them. Gizmo's girl's mum and dad are putting us up, so it's all going to be free. We're helping with the decorating. Giz's girl's dad's got a firm.
Yes, no, free, eh? No problem. But me and your mum can't take it away this year.
Do you think he should?
Well, why not?
London?
He's 16 years of age. He's left school, hasn't he? He's got to learn to look after himself sometimes, she.
See what I mean?
Oh, thanks, Dad. It's going to be great. I'm going to tell Gizmo.
Do you think I should get a bit of stuff in for tomorrow, or what?
Oh, yeah. We can have a drink to celebrate with our Barry. Pity our Damon isn't here to drink her health.
Aye. Too good an opportunity for him to miss, though, wasn't it?
I'm worried sick about him. I'm bothered every time the news comes on the telly.
Go away, it'll do no harm to do him. Good to see London and earn a few bob. Just imagine if Vingers would make a good job of it. He might even get more work down there.
I can just see that house. Putting their feet in paste buckets and falling off planks.
I'll never forget the first time I went down to London with me mates. Phew, it was a real eye-opener.
What'd you go down for?
Only a football match. We must have looked a real pack of woollybags walking around that Soho. It was like a different planet.
You don't think our Damon will go to Soho, do you?
Well, he's bound to be curious, isn't he? He'll come to no harm.
Damon and Gizmo in Soho?
Well, it'd be all right. They've got to see them places sometime, haven't they, she?
Oh, God, I wish you hadn't mentioned it now.
Sheila, listen. He wouldn't be able to afford anything on offer down there.
Bob. And would he feel the same way if it was our Karen that was down there?
Ah, well, that's different, isn't it?
Why? Because she's older?
Now, you know what I mean, don't you, Sheila?
No, I don't.
Hiya. Hey, you don't half look different.
Well, I am different, that's why I went.
Marie tried to contact you. Why didn't you tell us what time train you were coming home on?
Oh, I decided to get the early one, to see you as soon as I could. I was going to get out to the station and ring you, but I didn't have time.
I wish you had, because,
Oh, doesn't it look great? Oh, and look, brought a picture from Hyde Park. Where should we put it?
You should have contacted us, Michelle. We had something important to tell you.
Oh, and you should have seen the hotel. Colour television in every room.
Shut up a minute, will you? I've got something important to tell you.
What's that?
George has been arrested.
George? Our George? What's he been arrested for?
Conspiracy to rob a warehouse.
Oh, come on, Terry, stop joking.
The robbery didn't actually take place.
So what's he been arrested for?
Because he gives some information to the people who were robbing the warehouse. It's serious. It's very serious.
But George isn't like that.
He's innocent.
So it's just a mistake then?
Well, it isn't as simple as that. Look, I'll explain everything to you on the way over there. Come on.
It matters to me what people are saying.
It matters to me as well. That's not what I'm saying.
I can talk to Tommy McCardle. It all started with him. I've got to do something.
That policeman, Johnson, he said they've talked to Tommy McCardle and they can't put anything on him.
Look, if I don't, the whole world stands up and tells me he's not involved. All I know is I did a bit of a street map in all innocence. He took it and I'm arrested for supposedly setting up a robbery.
I know, George. I know that you're as honest as the day is long. But what good will it do you to talk to him? He's not going to say anything that's going to get him involved.
I don't know, love. Maybe if the police see and I'm doing everything to clear my name, it'll go in my favour. I just don't know, but I've got to do something. This is driving me around a bend.
Look, I've got some shopping to do. Come with me, eh? We'll have a special tea. Oh, Michelle will be back soon and all. That'll take your mind off things.
I've got to do something positive. I'll go down the Swan again.
Are you sure you're doing right?
No, but I can't think of anything else. Just staying in here all day is making me look guilty.
Do you want me to come with you?
No, love, best not.
I'll pass on my way shopping.
No, thanks all the same. Never took you fighting fires with me, did I?
Just be as careful.
Oh, just inside. What are you doing over there? I was about to ask you the same question, Dad. Come back to get some metric Allen keys. What for? Some fella's brought a chainsaw back and it's solid, isn't it? You all right, Mum?
Yes, thanks, love. Just trying to get a bit of rest in the middle of Lime Street.
Whose man's in the shop?
Celia. Charles back today. I've left Terry pacing up and down like an expectant father. Have you got the Allen keys, Dad, or what?
They're not going to be up there, are they?
I'll have a shufty in the garage in a minute. What do you say you want it for?
Seized up chainsaw.
Dad, have you got any pliers to fix this, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a look over the queen. Has he put any petrol in that machine?
I don't know until I fix it, do I?
I'll bet he has. It should be two-stroke mixture. You want to tell all your customers that?
Yeah, I will.
Come on, lady. Skate repairs as well here.
What's up with Dark Allen's photos?
Nothing. So Michelle's back today then, is she?
According to Terry, yeah?
Does she know about George?
No, they weren't able to get in touch with her. What's with Dark Allen's photos, Mum?
Never mind them. Are you sure you're telling me the truth about your involvement with this George Jackson business?
Of course I am, Mum. George has dropped on the wrong bloke at the wrong time with the wrong info, that's all.
Honestly?
Honestly, Mum, I was surprised as anyone when the news came out.
You don't think there's a chance that George Jackson could be guilty, do you?
No, Tommy McCardle's evil, man. He just uses people. And unfortunately, George just happened to fit this one.
I don't know, I think the whole business is just incredible. You promised me you'd stay away from McCardle.
Ma'am, what do you expect me to do? Lock myself away in a bedroom? I mean, all me and Teddy were doing was having a pint down the Swan and George and McCardle was there. That's as far as our involvement goes.
I feel very, very sorry for George.
Yeah, well, so do I, but what can you do?
Anything. short of getting yourself into trouble.
You're all right, I will.
And here, look after them. In case I need them if I have to go back on the tools.
Oh, thanks a lot, Dad.
Bet you'll be down the TUC conference yourself next year.
Well, you never know.
Right, so I'll get back then.
You taking Celia to the party tomorrow?
Oh, it's not a party.
Well, it's a little party, isn't it?
You're all right, I will. Thanks, Dad. See you, Mum.
See you, Lon.
I thought you would have invited Pauline and Susie. I mean, you must have spoke about it while you were away on holiday, mustn't you?
I'll be sailing over the weekend.
Yeah. A pint of bitter, please. Oh, second thoughts, you better make that half.
There you go. 34.
Cheers. Have you got a minute?
I'm here till 3 o'clock, mate.
I'm looking for a mate of mine. He comes in here a bit.
Who's that then?
You must know him. He's a smart fella, smokes a cigar, drinks short. Oh, yeah. Have one yourself.
No, it's too early for me, thanks.
It's just I'm dead keen to find him. He's a mate of mine.
I'm made up for you.
He's told you, has he?
Yeah, he's waiting outside. Wanted a few minutes with you. So I can't believe it.
Oh, it's true, all right. He's in it right up to his neck.
But of all the people.
Do you want a cup of tea?
In a minute. Where is George?
He's gone down the Swan to look for McCardle. I don't know what good will come of it, but says he has to do something.
How did he cope with being on remand for the week?
It was hell for him. Oh, it was an awful place.
Could you see him whenever you wanted?
I took his food. He said he was on the same table as a murderer and a man who'd sexually assaulted children.
Oh, my God.
I don't think he could cope with prison.
Won't come to that. You've got a solicitor, I suppose?
Yeah. Friend of Annabelle's. She's been very good. She even stood bail for George.
Well, that's nice. Friendly like.
Just when everything was going right.
They'll find him not guilty. They're bound to.
Shay,
What, love?
what does tergiversation mean?
I haven't a clue, love. Look it up.
Aye.
How's this going, then?
Right, slowly. They're discussing the privatisation of the public sector now.
Oh, aye. What have they got to say about that, then?
Cosy are dead against it. New people prepared to talk about it. Members of Dozy don't even understand the question.
Fear the day that they insist the National Health Authority has to make a profit out of the sickness and infirmity of our people.
please. Look about Tommy McArdle.
Oh, your mate?
Yeah.
Well, what about him?
I've got to find him.
Look, this is a pub, not a lost property office.
It's very important.
I just serve the booze, eh? And I don't do a bad job, even though I do say so myself.
Look, you were in here that night I gave him that paper with my number on it.
You were?
The police seen you.
Look, I know you haven't been drinking much. Are you taking tablets or something?
No, you must know what I'm talking about.
I've got a job to do. I can't be wasting my time playing games with customers.
I'm not playing games. My future could depend on talking to Tommy McArdle.
Might just be in luck then.
You haven't said much about your holidays, Karen.
How do you mean?
Did Pauline and Susie enjoy themselves?
Yeah, far as I know.
What about Andrew?
Andrew?
Yeah, seems a nice, quiet lad, you know. Sense of responsibility and that. Is he coming down for your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, good. Is there anything you want to tell me before tomorrow?
No, don't think so.
Because I want a nice, quiet gathering. I don't want anything that could upset your mother.
And neither do I.
Well, I think we should have a little talk about your holiday.
Oh, it's no use. I'll have to get something done. What do you want doing, Mum?
I want a word with you about some photographs before you do anything.
Oh, look. Barry and Celia.
Hiya. Are you sure you don't want us to do it?
No, I'll do it. I know what we need. Anyway, I want to call in the Swan and see George.
On your own?
Well, I am over 18.
Be careful, Marie.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Look, do you want me to go down there for you?
No. I'll go. I just want to see how he is. Don't want to stir things up worse than they are.
Well, listen, warn him off McArdle, will you? Because he's evil, honest.
It's a bit late to tell him that and all, isn't it?
We've been through all that. You don't honestly believe that Terry had set George up, do you?
Well, maybe not Teddy. I'll see you.
Bye.
You can't blame her for being bitter with me.
But George should have known better. How can he have been so stupid? Well, I can't move in with you now.
Why not? I haven't done anything.
I don't mean that. I can't leave them at a time like this.
Look, you've got to face the facts. George is trials for a while, yeah? So you might as well move in now.
I don't know. Maybe in a week or two.
Well, it might as well be now, mightn't it?
I don't know.
Look, you can only give George so much sympathy, you know. If you move in closer to the child, it'll look worse, won't it? So why don't you tell him you're moving in now and you've got every confidence he'll get off?
What did your dad say when you told him you were moving out? You haven't told him, have you?
Well, I'm waiting for the right moment.
You're supposed to be a big boy now.
Some things have to be dealt with delicately.
Can I have a word with you, Tommy?
Hello there. Can't put a name to the face.
George Jackson.
That's right. What are you drinking, George?
I don't want to drink off it. I want something else.
Vodka and Tia Maria, please, Cole. Oh, and a bottle of scotch. I've just been over to see my mum. She's got a bit of a cold, like.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Tommy.
Oh, well, toddy should do her good, eh? Yeah, nasty thing, a cold when you're a senior citizen, don't you think, George?
I want you to help me.
Oh, I'm well known for my charity work. George, what can I do for you?
You can clear me with the police.
Your voice down, son. I don't believe I know what you're talking about.
You know all right. You know I'm not a criminal. I gave you that plan in good faith and you used it to plan a robbery.
Hey, slow down and watch the verbals, George. Think you better have that drink, eh?
I told you I don't want one. Do you realise the bother I'm in?
I don't, George. And I don't know why you're telling me.
It's because of you. You tricked me. You must have set that robbery up.
Look, hang on to this lot, will you, Cole? I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, step into the office, George. A bit more private in there, eh?
Only 18 tomorrow, then?
Yeah, you coming round for tea?
Yeah, thanks. Barry mentioned it.
Hey, come on, see, let's get going. They'll be queuing around the corner there.
We should be so lucky. See you tomorrow.
See you, love.
Ta-ra.
Well, gotta go to the loo.
You didn't go on holiday with Susie and Pauline, did you?
No. I went with Andrew.
So you lied to us?
Yeah.
You know what a hard time your mother's having. And you were thoughtless enough to do that.
There's no harm done. We didn't do anything we shouldn't have.
Do you realise how upset she'd be if she found out about it? And why didn't you just come to us and say, look, is it all right if I go away with Andrew?
Because our reply would have been obvious.
What?
We've let her down.
We've let her down? Do you know what she's done?
Yeah. She's been on holiday with her boyfriend, and she didn't feel she could talk to us about it.
She's lied to us. She's deceived us.
Because she doesn't trust us enough to be able to talk to us.
Sheila, you've got this all twisted about, girl.
I've explained to my mother. There was no harm done.
Karen, will you just keep quiet for a minute, please?
Look, love, that's just the problem. She's not a kid anymore. She's a grown-up person. You've got to start treating her like one.
She's our daughter, and I thought we could both trust her.
I'm sure we can. I think you're being very hypocritical.
Me? Hypocritical? I'm not in the wrong.
The wrong attitude. She's 18 tomorrow. She can vote. She can get married if she wants to. She can talk to us on equal terms.
Honest, I don't believe this.
And I don't believe your double standards.
What double standards?
Our 16-year-old son is down in London being catapulted through puberty for all we know, but that's all right with you. Karen goes on holiday with a responsible lad and you're getting on to her.
Getting on at her? Of course I'm getting on at her. She's my only daughter, isn't she? Oh, don't look at me like that, Sheila, giving me the old narrow-minded Victorian father look. Double standards, is it? What's the next thing you say? Sexual equality. Well, listen, young lady, Andrew might be a nice, respectable lad, but he can do to you what I've just done to your mother. Doesn't matter what precautions you take. And then when that's happened, he can just float off if he wants, can't he? And you're left holding the baby. That's sexual equality for you.
Well, this is going to be some party.
It's going to be all right.
Look, all I'm saying is tell the truth. You can say you lost the plan, anything.
Plan? What plan? What plan? Eh? I go out to get my mother a drop of scotch because she's got a cold and I get you in the face. Hey?
All I'm saying is want the truth out.
Do you hear what I said? My mum's got a cold and I'm having to waste time with you.
Tommy, please. I'm not a villain. I've got a job. I've got a family.
Look, you've got nothing to do with me. Do you understand? I give myself a day off to be with my own mother. And you come in here and spoil it. Who do you think you are?
Everything all right, Tommy?
No, sound as a bun. I'll tell you what, though. This pub isn't what it used to be. I used to be able to come in here without being disturbed. He's quite upset me, he has.
Yeah, well, he's been acting strange since he came in.
Yeah, it would be a good idea to get him outside then, wouldn't it? Before he upsets somebody else.
Right.
Please help me.
You want some more?
Hey, look, it's all right, so I'll get him out.
Yeah, well, I would. A little incident like this gives the pub a bad name, doesn't it?
Who's going? No,
Give us a pint of whatever that fella had, will you, lad?
Bitter.
George?
God, who was it? Is he still in there?
Don't go in there, you just make matters worse.
Was it McCardle?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. If it was him, we could go to the police. They could help you.
Won't help. He'd probably just say... He'd get half a dozen blokes to say they saw me attack him in the bogs. What are you doing here?
I've just been shopping.
I don't know what to do now.
Okay, leave it to the solicitor. We'll tell him all about this.
What if I could just talk to McCardle? You got to get through to him.
Oh, you're in another world, George. Come on. Come on, let's go home. Here, come on.
I hate to say this, love, but you're in my way. You're still in my way. Can't you find something to do?
Such as?
Oh, I don't know. Can't you find anything to do in the garden?
Somebody probably trying to report me for burying stolen goods.
George, love, you've got to snap out of it. I know you had a bad day yesterday, but there's no point in getting more and more depressed. The kids will be home from school soon. You could go and meet them.
Thought they wanted to come home by themselves now.
Just walk along and meet them. It is their first day in a new school. It's as well somebody's there.
Yeah, all right.
Good.
I won't be long.
George? It'll bring you luck, love. And don't forget the kids.
Your Karen came up with a good idea yesterday.
Oh, what was that?
Hiring out sewing machines. I think it's worth a try. A lot of people only use them a few times a year. There's no point buying one if you can hire it.
Yeah, that's right. The only thing we could do is prick the fingers. Talking of which.
Hello.
All right. It's busy you took on alibi statement.
Can we have a word?
Yeah, sure. This is sort out your statements for you, eh?
About the alibi you gave for Victor.
What about it?
Can we go through it again?
Shall I get Terry?
If by Terry you mean Mr. Sullivan, that'd be a great help.
Make us a cup of tea, will you, see?
No sugar for me, thanks. How's business?
It's all right.
I know what's to come if we want to hire any tools now, don't I, eh?
Yeah, well, we serve any type of customers in here, you know.
How did you get into this business?
I don't know, really.
Yeah, well, it's a living of a sort, I suppose.
Not as exciting as your line, no way.
Oh, it's not all car chases and shootouts, you know. Still, there's enough variety to keep the mind active. Better than being in a place like this gathering dust.
I was thinking of joining the police once, you know.
Oh, yeah, what happened?
Turned me down. Mum and Dad were married.
I've known that for days. Well, look, Bill, there's Ben. Here they are for the double act. Right, let's go through the whole routine again, shall we? Step by step, very slowly, and in very great detail.
You have to get your results before you apply for university, don't you?
No, you can apply first, and then if you get them, they'll accept you.
Oh. Where do you fancy then? Oxford or Cambridge?
I don't think I'm quite up to that. I'll settle for Liverpool.
Oh, that's nice to know. I thought you'd be off in a bed sit in some faraway place.
Well, I could still live in a bed sit in Liverpool. After all, you'll need the room when the baby arrives.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll worry about that when the time comes. Not today. You'll spoil your tea.
I'm starving.
You're as bad as our Damon. Hey, we've just been talking about universities.
Jumping the gun a bit, aren't you?
Well, that's what I thought, but apparently not. She's thinking of Liverpool.
No.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
Well, I don't know if she's telling the truth. I mean, she might be in London or Newcastle, really, mightn't she?
Come on, that's a bit uncalled for.
Well, what do you want me to say, Shake? Look, of course I'd be made up if she went to university.
But a local one would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yes, it would.
What's it going to be like when Andrew comes round?
Let's hope your dad comes round first.
So Victor Martin Scott just arrives here with 3 electric drills, out of the blue.
Yeah, that's right. He was giving me off the malt.
He got them from a junk shop and you gave him a tenner for him.
Yeah, but we tried them first.
And on the basis of this mammoth deal, you went to the Swan to celebrate?
Yeah. No. We went to the Prince Albert for a quiet drink.
Nobody remembers you in there.
Yeah, we were very quiet, weren't we? I mean, I only got on the tables and dropped me keks on a Saturday night.
Well, and then we come back here.
With Victor?
Yeah, that's right. Stayed about half an hour or so, maybe longer.
Why did he come back here? Is he into dust after he's had a drink or something?
Well, I mean, we talk business. This is our business premises, you know.
Oh. Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you lads drink in the Swan or the Prince Albert?
Lager.
The same.
And what did Victor Martin Scott drink on the night in question?
Golden.
Golden.
Yeah, it's half bitter and half lager mixed.
So they ran out of lager that night. You'd remember, wouldn't you?
But he didn't.
This isn't good enough.
What isn't?
There's sugar in my tea. That's no way to treat your customers.
Yeah, well, we'll remember that if and when you do come in here as a customer.
I'll do for now. I'll probably see you again later.
You pair of pillocks.
What's up with you?
Just in case.
He knows you're lying.
No, it's just trying it on, that's all.
You're covering up for Victor, who's guilty, and doing nothing to help George.
Look, we can't help George. If we give Victor to the busies, it won't make things any better for George. It'll just make them worse.
Why?
Victor drove the getaway car, right, that had George's street plan in it. So if the police get hold of Victor, that means it's going to make it 10 times worse for George.
But if George knew about Victor, couldn't he turn him in?
And us now.
Look, there's nothing we can do to help, honest.
Honest? You don't know the meaning of the word. George is the only one who's innocent in all this, as far as I can see. And he's the only one that's been arrested.
So far. Let's hope the lager wasn't off that night.
You look like you could use a friend. Hey, guess who I was thinking about last night?
Who?
You. I was probably a bit edgy with you yesterday.
What do you want with me?
Because my mum's not been too well, did I tell you?
Yeah? How is she today?
Oh, much better, thanks, George. Very nice of you to ask. Anyway, I got to thinking about you last night and the state you were in. Don't worry, George. Don't worry.
Where are we going?
No, what struck a chord with me, you see, was you telling me you were a family man. I'm a family man. Yeah, I love kids. Like 'em roasted best. Just a joke, George. Only a joke. Anyway, I got to wondering, like, how you were going to manage.
What do you mean?
Well, I reckon after studying your case with just a passing interest, that you might get sent down.
I haven't done anything.
Now, wait a minute, George, hang on. I'm going to be your friend. And you're going to be my friend, eh? And you know what they say, a friend in need is a pain in the arse, but I'm going to be your friend. Now, what do friends do? They help each other. So this is what we're going to do. I want you to be a good bloke, nice and quiet up to your trial, right? If you get off, all well and good. But if you go down, I want you to keep nice and quiet and no fuss. Then when you come out, your friend, me, will see you right. Right? I'll tell you why I'm doing this, George. It's me mum. You see, I don't want any unnecessary fuss about the house, like. Not what she's got this cold. I mean, I'm bomb-proof, the busies know that. But they're looking for an excuse, see? Now, I don't want you to be that excuse. Right? So, you go inside, keep a zipper on it. When you come out, I'll see you right. And your wife and kids all right if you get sent down.
Don't you go near my wife and kids.
No personal contact, George. Just a little help via the post office, that's all.
Like me, listen.
Oh, aren't we all? But, bit of friendly advice, George. Don't go inside and be a whiner. No, much better to keep quiet, eh? And pretend you're a pen pal of Ronnie Biggs. Nobody likes to whinge you. Mind how you go.
I think we should give her a present now before anybody comes.
You like?
Oh, show some enthusiasm, love. I hope you're not going to sulk like this all evening.
I'm not sulking.
Well, cheer up then. It is supposed to be an happy day for her.
I just don't understand your attitude.
Look, love, I think you've just got to realise that she's growing up a bit. I mean, I was as shocked as you were when I found out who she'd been away with. But it told me more about my attitude than hers when I realised she couldn't talk to us about it.
Look, I gave up on our Barry when he went to Spain and said he'd been to Butlins. But this is our Karen. I thought she was different.
She is different. She's Karen Grant, an individual, a new member of the adult club. Oh, love, I know she's a kid to us. But I think you're going to have to accept some changes.
I suppose so.
Here. You give it her. He's a decent lad, you know. And he's very interested in politics.
Not a member of the Young Conservative Club, is he?
I don't know, love. You'll just have to ask him.
Where's your dad? Dunno. We haven't seen him. I'm starving. All right. He was supposed to meet you from school. We found a dead bird on the playing field on our first day. You're all right, Mum?
What? Oh, yeah.
He's got a right to know. The poor bloke doesn't know what's happening to him.
Look, Johnson will come crashing down on us like a ton of bricks.
George drew Tommy McCardle's street plan, showing where there was a burnt-out bonded warehouse. He also left his phone number on it, Michelle.
Well, that just proves how innocent he is.
Not to Johnson, it doesn't. Look, Tommy and Victor went and did a job, right? They made a hash of it. They did a runner. At the same time, they left George's map inside the car. It's the only firm evidence that the busies have got to go on.
Which is why they've arrested George.
Exactly.
Couldn't you do a deal with the police? George for Victor?
Don't be soft, Michelle.
Why can't you get Victor to come up with a way of getting George off?
Victor was with us, remember?
Well, I could
couldn't live with myself if I didn't tell George.
You could be living on your own if Johnson cops for us.
Listen, if you want to tell George and Michelle, go ahead. But you've got to remember, behind this is Tommy McArdle, right? And if he thinks that me and Terry are messing him about, a run-in with Johnson will seem like a day out at the Garden Festival compared to what Tommy McArdle do to me and him.
God, why did we get involved?
No meeting tonight.
No, not tonight.
What do you think of the TUC conference so far, then?
A lot of words being spoken. I just hope some action comes out of it.
Yeah, it's all down to words, isn't it?
And money. Talking about words, do you know what tergiversation means?
No.
No, well, I didn't. But I had a dictionary to look it up in, didn't I? And that's when I found them photographs.
And what does it mean?
It means being evasive, deserting a party.
Some party.
All right, she had a good rest.
I've been making the beds.
I made mine.
I'm grateful for small mercies, love.
Getting our demons away.
I know, but in his absence, he's still messing up our Barrys. It's as if it had a life of its own.
That reminds me of some horror film we saw when we were away. Oh.
Oh, look, it's happened. There's no sense in moping about it.
Hello.
Are you all right?
My dad knows we ran away together.
What did he say?
You couldn't say he was exactly over the moon about it, could you?
Well, look, I brought you this. Do you think I should come in?
I don't know. Oh, thanks.
How did you find out?
There's photos.
I suppose he was bound to, really.
My mother was smashing over it, but he was, well, predictable, I suppose.
She'll never forgive you, you know, if you get on to him. You're wrong, you know, love. It isn't the same as when she wanted to visit that army lad Mike in Saffron Walden. I agreed with you then. But not now.
Happy birthday, love.
Thanks, Dad.
How are you, Mr. Grant?
Oh, where is George? He was supposed to pick the kids up from the new school, but he didn't.
He'll be here in a minute. It's early yet.
Suppose something's happened to him. George? Are you all right?
What's happened to him? You're gonna have to tell him about Victor.
Look, Michelle, you don't know what evil McArdle's capable of.
And you saw the state of him. He's a wreck with all this.
I know, and I wish there was something I could do to help him.
There is.
Is he all right? He won't talk to me. He's run out of hope.
Yeah, love.
Thanks.
So you went down to the Charity Shield game, did you, lad?
Yeah. The bloke who runs the shop's an Everton fan, so, you know, shut for the day.
You're not an Everton supporter, are you, love?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
I support Manchester United.
Manchester United? You're from Liverpool?
Well, what does it matter? That's just tribalism.
Well, how can anyone from Liverpool support Man United?
Probably uses his motorbike.
See, my dad's from Elmston, and, well, he's always taken me there, you know.
Where's Elmston?
North Manchester. I'll take you over there sometime. My gran still lives there.
It's like living next door to the best pub in the world and going miles and miles for a bad pint.
No, it isn't.
Now, people travel from all over the country to watch United.
Oh, they get good gates, lad, I'll give you that much.
Even from Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, regularly.
Hello? Who from? It's your first call from old Damon.
I want a word with him.
Oh, thanks. I'm surprised you remembered.
Right.
Hello?
Oh, great. Now we can all eat.
Well, Barry and Celia just came in. They've come round for tea.
What would you like to drink, love?
I've a white wine, please.
Anyone for the red?
Yeah, I'll support the Reds, Dad.
Smashing.
Andrew, this is Celia. Celia and Andrew.
Pleased to meet you.
Do you want a word with them, Mum?
Please, love.
All right, put your arm to me, Mum. Try.
I'll have a word with him, she, when you're finished.
Hello, love. How are you?
He seems to be having a good time.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet he is as well.
What do you do when you finish work, then? Oh, so you don't need to go into the centre of London for anything?
Sheila, come right out with it. Ask him, has he been round Soho yet?
You can't just stay in here. You've got to sign on soon.
I know.
Do you want me to come with you?
No.
What did he say to you?
Marie, I don't want to talk.
You'll have to tell the police about it.
You right, George?
Where are the kids?
Out playing?
Are they all right?
Yeah. Yeah, they got home okay. They like the new school. George, please come down and have some tea.
I'm not hungry.
Will you stop punishing yourself? We're family. We know what you're going through. Don't cut yourself off.
Forgot to pick the kids up. Anything could have happened to them.
They got home all right.
Where did you go this afternoon, George?
Just walked and walked.
Terry's got something to tell you that might help.
Walked all round the old estate.
What might help him?
Well, I know the fella who drove the getaway car.
The car where your street plan was found.
Who was it?
I don't want to know about it.
Who was it?
Marie, you're better off not knowing. Just get the kids in the house and don't think about it.
We're trying to help you, George.
Nobody can help. Just get out. Get out the lot of you and leave me alone.
We need anything that might help.
Don't tell me. Just get out. Get out and shut the door.
Mr. Grant, I'm sorry.
What for?
Deceiving you about the holiday. I know I don't know really, but I wanted to come out and say it. But Karen, well, she said it might hurt you too much to think that, well, to think that she was growing up and that you might, well, lose, I suppose. So, sorry.
I think my dad's got a speech making, Adel.
All right, clever Dick. I was going to propose a toast. A toast for a young lady, you know. Well, I know I should have written something down for this momentous occasion, but I haven't. So, well, you're just going to have to bear with me.
Dad, this is so embarrassing.
Well, I'm going to say it anyway. It's only just dawned on me what this occasion's all about. It's not just a birthday, it's a turning point, isn't it? Our Karen's no longer a little girl. Although to me, well, she'll always be my little girl, won't she? But to the rest of the world, well, she's a young woman. And I wish her all the success in the future. Even in a world with all its senseless bombings and killings and greed and cruelty, there are still some things of beauty. And there are people who think of other people as well as themselves. Well, I think our Karen's one of them people. So here's to you. All the best. Cheers.
To Karen.
A mysterious letter from a girl in Brookside.
To ask. Thanks, Edna. Remember now. Ta-ra. Ta-ra. You see, people are on our side.
She's nosing.
She's only trying to help. But it's no good if you don't try as well.
What's the point?
The point is you're innocent, George.
Might as well save him the bother.
How do you mean?
I'm never going to get the better of Tommy McArdle. I might as well plead guilty and get it over with.
Oh, no, you won't, George.
They've got all the evidence they need. I'm sewn up, Marie.
Well, we'll find some witnesses.
Like the barman at the Swan. He helped McArdle throw me out.
There'll be others.
Where?
Well, you're not going to find them sat there all day. You'll have to go out and look. How are you going out?
I'm just going in the bedroom.
You'll not find them up there either, love.
Why do we have to live so far away?
Hello, dear. Had a good day?
Yeah, not bad. Got a new physics teacher.
Oh, that's nice.
It's just waiting around for the buses. You know, if you had a car, you could pick me up from the station.
Yes, dear. If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers.
Yeah. Hey, that looks good. You're miles away.
What? Oh, I'm doing my homework.
Going on another buying spree with Sonia.
No, not until next week. An auction.
You'll never learn all this.
Oh, I don't intend to. Take this everywhere with me. Mind you, I would like to learn some of the main assay marks. You can test me later.
OK.
Oh, there's a letter over there for you.
Oh.
You know, some of this stuff is quite fascinating. Did you know that they used to make furniture out of papier-mâché? It was so strong it could be worked like wood.
Hey, this is odd.
What's that, dear?
This letter. From some girl who says I owe her £5.
What girl?
Someone called Kathy Walker.
Well, who is she?
I don't know. I've never heard of her.
Oh, it must be a mistake.
Well, it's addressed to me.
Have you borrowed any money from anyone?
No?
Well, when does she say you borrowed it?
Well, the other night at the disco. Listen, as you didn't have the common decency to meet me the next night as arranged, I had to get a taxi home. That cost me another £5. Maybe you think you're being pretty clever not turning up, but I think it's a dirty trick.
It's a bit strong, isn't it?
What do you make of it?
Got to be a practical joke. One of your school friends.
Oh, they wouldn't do that.
Well, it's obviously someone who knows you, isn't it?
Hmm.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, I've come to see George. Right, George.
Hi, George.
Right.
He's talking of pleading guilty.
You're not, are you?
Yep.
Tell him he can't. Well, go on, tell him.
Marie's right. If you're not guilty, you can't say you are.
If, do you hear that?
Oh, that's just a manner of speaking. Oh, Michelle believes in you.
Of course I do. So does Terry, don't you?
Yeah.
There you are.
I think that's going to impress a judge.
Well, there'll be others who believe in you as well.
Who?
Tell him, Terry.
Well, everyone who knows you.
See?
Now tell me how I convince a jury.
Well,
Go on.
well, I don't know, do I?
Fat lot of use you are.
Look, you tell them your side of the story.
Be lucky they don't give me life.
Is that the best that you two can do?
Well, he's been set up, hasn't he?
We know that. I just thought that you two might persuade him to fight back.
It's no use.
I'm not going to let Tommy McArdle get away with this.
Marie, those he hasn't paid to keep their mouths shut are too scared of him to help me.
Does that include you?
It isn't like that.
Well, I'm not scared of him.
Leave it alone.
Look, George, there are people on your side. People who believe in you.
Like who?
Well, like Annabelle. She stood bail for you. I'm going to go and get her. Perhaps she can talk some sense into you.
Marie, I don't want Annabelle bringing into it.
Terry'd help you if he could.
Yeah.
The kids home yet? Well, me and Terry could take them out if you want. Give you and Marie a break.
How am I supposed to explain all this to them?
They'll understand.
The other lads are going to have it in for them. It's a big school. I don't like to think of them being made fun of.
They won't. I mean, those two can look after themselves.
They'd be better off without me.
Oh, don't go talking like that, George.
How do you want me to talk? I know the score, so don't come round here codding me.
We're only trying to help.
Well, you can't help, nobody can.
Annabelle, I wonder if you could come over to our house.
Why? Is there something wrong?
It's George. I want you to have a talk to him. He's not himself.
Well, yes, if you think I can help.
Well, I'm worried about what he's going to do at the committal tomorrow.
Does intend to go, doesn't he?
I don't know. He's ever so upset. He doesn't seem to want to leave the house.
Gordon, I'm just going over to Marie's. I won't be long.
He seems to have lost heart.
Oh, he's bound to be depressed.
I just don't know what to do about it.
Are you going home now? Yeah, but I'll call back later if that's all right. Hope you can make him see sense. Well, I'll do my best. See you later, then.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell him about Victor?
Why didn't you?
I've never seen George in that state before.
I just hope he goes to committal tomorrow.
Yeah, Annabelle Collins must be regretting standing bail.
They can afford it.
Even so, £1,000's £1,000.
Come on, let's go home.
Home. Sounds funny.
Yeah, well, it's nice having a place of your own.
Was that your mother I just saw disappearing into the Jacksons?
Yeah, she won't be long.
Another crisis?
I don't know. Look, Dad, I hate getting that bus from the station.
Can't be helped. I still drop you off in the morning. She should never have got herself mixed up in that business.
She's only tried to help.
People like that take advantage.
Well, wouldn't you want someone to help you?
I'm hardly likely to find myself in that predicament.
You think he's guilty, then?
It's not for me to pass judgment.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Let's say at worst he's an incompetent and at best a fool.
Well, Mum thinks he's innocent.
Well, she's backed her judgment to the tune of £1,000. Let's hope she's right.
Yeah, but that's only bail, isn't it? I mean, she'll get that back anyway.
I think we ought to keep our fingers crossed.
You know, Dad, if Mum does get that money back, she could buy herself a car.
Gordon, don't go on now, please.
I'm so glad you're home.
Well, I should hope so.
Is everything all right over there?
No, it isn't. He won't speak to me.
Jackson?
He just sits there. Marie can't do anything with him. Do you think you could do something?
What do you expect me to do?
Could you go over and try and get through to him?
Well, no. I've had a particularly tiring day.
Please, Paul. Marie thinks he's worried about going to court tomorrow. And if he doesn't go...
There goes our £1,000.
Well, it could happen.
But if I have anything to do with it...
Didn't he talk to you at all, Mum?
No, he seems to have given up.
Well, do you think Dad can really help?
Well, he's had a lot of experience. Can't think of anything else.
These'll brighten up the bungalow no end. Alan had no idea.
Need a new coat of paint and all.
Ah, Kevin could do that.
I can manage.
Can you?
Always have, haven't I?
Well, I thought with your back...
I can manage, I said. There's no ladders to climb.
I was thinking about the inside. One of those new shades. White with a touch of pink.
Pink?
Be warm. Warm but light.
Oh, if you say.
I don't like dark colours. Do you remember when my mother told us to have dark lino so it'd last and not show the dirt?
Ah, it was brown.
It depressed me so much we got shut of it after 6 months. I'd like the same carpet right throughout the bungalow.
And I'd like the money to pay for them. Unless you want me to take a leaf out of Ned Kelly Jackson's book over there.
Harold, you can't think that George had anything to do with that robbery.
Oh, come on. He did. He can't be that stupid. And it makes you think what other dodgy capers he's been up to. Like that fence of ours. I wonder who's looking for that.
Cream-coloured, with contrasting shaggy rugs. Beside the fire and by the bed.
You've been reading those funny magazines again. You want to stop going to that hairdresser's?
Well, I can dream, can't I?
Don't you fret. That bungalow will look a treat when I've finished with it.
We could have a party.
A bungalow woman.
There's no such word.
You can't expect your wife to cope with this all on her own. I realise tomorrow will be an ordeal, but it's something that has to be done.
Right, well, you go and do it then.
I'm trying to help you.
You help me, how?
To face up to your responsibilities.
And how am I supposed to face up to my kids when everybody tells them I'm bent? How am I supposed to face me mates when I can't get me job back? And how's Marie gonna manage when I'm inside, eh?
It won't come to that.
You know something the rest of us don't.
Things won't be as bad as you imagine. They never are. And you've got a clear conscience.
That's all I've got.
When your side of the story is put clearly and honestly...
Justice will prevail.
I'm sure it will.
Reign on the just.
What?
It's in the Bible.
Yes, but we don't have to take that literally. Very likely you'll get your job back when all this is behind you. As for the children, well, they'll soon forget.
I won't, though. I won't forget as long as I live.
Look, if there's anything I can do, George, anything at all,
you think I should go to Lewis's tomorrow? See if anyone turns up?
Well, it's up to you. But how your father's getting on with George Jackson? Do you know, it's a weird sensation talking to someone who doesn't answer you.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Still, Dad's very persistent, though. He should get through.
I hope so.
You know, they could be playing a trick on this girl, Kathy, as well.
Hmm?
Well, I suppose they sent her a letter and signed my name.
Yeah, but who are they?
I don't know, but... Well, Damon and Gizmo were messing about the other night. They asked me to lend them some money to go to a disco.
Did you?
No way.
So you think it could have been them?
Well, I wouldn't put it past them.
How did you get on?
It's hopeless. The man's completely demoralized.
Oh, dear.
He feels as if everything's stacked against him.
Well, it is.
Well, he's in no fit state to face the committal proceedings.
If he turns up.
That's what I was thinking.
Poor chap. He's worrying about the effect on the children more than about himself.
Yes, if he's convicted.
He seems to think it's a foregone conclusion.
Do you honestly think he doesn't intend to go?
I have my doubts.
But if he doesn't?
We lose our bail money.
Perhaps he'll feel better in the morning.
I wouldn't bank on it.
But he's obviously not well. The court must take that into account.
Let's face it, Anna. That £1,000 is well and truly down the drain.
Are you very cross with me for having got involved?
Well, at first. But I suppose we couldn't just stand by and not offer some help. And if we lose it, we lose it. All of us. Which may mean losing my possibility of a second car. Still, down to experience, as they say.
Well, I hope all my experiences in the future won't be so costly.
It isn't experience that costs. It's rash decisions. Discussions first from now on. Anyway, let's not anticipate. George Jackson may surprise us all.
I hope so.
Hey, you two, come here a sec. Listen, tell your dad how you got on in football at school today, eh?
Dad, Gary's got to go.
Did you, son?
Yeah, I was the hero of our match, wasn't I? So you've said about a million billion times.
Hey, come on. Let's get these blazers off you and wash your hands. Your tea will be ready in a minute.
I can't.
Can't what?
Get me coat off.
Don't give me that.
But I can, Mum. No, we can't.
Why not?
'Cause of this, I've lost the keys.
What are you doing playing with them for?
Jimmy Perkins at school arrested me. He's me dad, and I'm the Bobby.
What?
All the kids at school say my dad was a famous robber because he was in the paper. It's great, isn't it, Mum? Are you famous?
Get it off him, Marie. Get it off him.
Now look what you've done. You've upset your dad.
If we can't get them off, how am I going to have my turn?
George, your tea's ready. It's his favourite as well.
What lipstick do you want? Oh, that one looks interesting. Strawberry Sunset. Have you heard from Rose? Yeah, I had a letter from her this morning, as a matter of fact. She says she owes you some money from the catalogue.
Oh, it's only a couple of pounds.
Well, she's sending it next week. That'd be all right. Do you miss her? Oh, sorry, I've finished now. Here, just blot on that. A bit, but she was also a bit of a responsibility. Wedding's on, by the way. Oh, super, you going over for it, perhaps? Right, there you are then. Finished now. Ooh, is that really me? I could give you a manicure sometime if you want. Yeah, I'd like that. Where'd you get those fingernails? Oh, I got them in London, but you can get them in town. Did you want some?
Oh, could you get me some for when I'm in a mad mood? Excuse me. Oh, hello, Harry. Edna, come in.
Not interrupting anything, are we?
Of course we are. Sorry, but we're moving tomorrow, so we've just come for the keys for the bungalow.
I'll just get them for you.
I'll have to go now anyway, Heather.
Oh, don't go on account of us.
Oh, it's okay. I promised I'd call round and see Marie.
Oh, I'll tell her I hope George is feeling better and I'll pop in tomorrow.
Is George all right?
He's fine. He's, just a bit fed up, work and that.
I'm sorry.
Sure. Bye.
You know about George, Heather?
What about George, Harry?
What he's been up to was in the paper.
Was it? I'll read it in the papers then. Now, what was it you wanted? Keys to the bungalow? I won't be a moment.
And you're not to go over there tomorrow.
Harry, she's a friend.
He's a criminal.
He's not been brought to trial.
Stands to reason they wouldn't give him bail, would they?
Yes, they did. Annabelle paid it.
Not in his own recognizance.
What's that mean?
It means they didn't trust him.
Does it? You look very nice, Heather. Doesn't she, Harold?
Yes, very nice.
You look different. Have you had your hair done?
No.
Haven't you?
It's my makeup. Michelle's just done it for me.
Oh, it looks very nice. She's clever, Michelle.
Somebody wants to be clever in our family.
Harold.
Well, I just hope I don't have to bring these back to you.
And why should you do that?
Having a known criminal on the close might jeopardise my chances.
Harry, he was your friend.
He's not my friend now. If I can't sell my house because of things he's been doing that he shouldn't do.
Look, I think you're blowing this up out of all proportion. I had difficulty trying to sell this house, and that was nothing to do with George.
Why was it then?
Because there's an automatic devaluation on property as new as this. The price will pick up if you can afford to wait, but otherwise people are not prepared to pay the price you're asking.
We were wondering what we could do. Put lodgers up or something. We wanted to ask your advice.
You look worried about it.
Well, I am. We don't want two houses. What would you do with them?
No, you're right. We can't afford to.
Well, have you thought about renting your existing property on a short-term basis?
Wouldn't want to be lumbered with tenants that we couldn't get shut of.
Well, there'd be no need, providing you let it partially furnished and draw up a proper tenancy agreement.
Well, how would we do that?
We'll see a solicitor. He'll draw one up for you.
What sort of rent would we get?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that, but he'll be able to advise you. It should certainly be enough to keep you going until you get a decent price for your house. Rent from one property, pay for the loan on the other. Simple bookkeeping. Money in, money out. My standard advice tonight.
What do you think, Harry?
Well, it sounds all right, but there's bound to be a catch in it, isn't there?
I think the only catch is you, Harry Cross. Don't you think so, Helen?
Well...
Where's your mum crying?
I can't get these off him.
There's nothing to cry over. Let's see.
Anybody else could have phoned the fire brigade.
Oh, don't be silly.
We haven't had our tea.
It's ruined.
We used to have some pinchers somewhere.
I can't find them!
They were under the sink. Right, come here, little monster. Couldn't George get them off? Is he upstairs?
He went out. He got upset when he saw them and he went out. And he hasn't come back.
I hope you'll take notice of what she said.
Don't you worry, I'm not daft.
I think it's a marvellous idea, renting this house.
We'll have to be very careful who we let it to. We can't just let it to any Tom digger.
Harry.
Thought you'd given that gag up years ago. Well, there we go. Oh, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, this is the bungalow.
It's the same difference. Well,
What about your heart?
well, my heart's not too bad.
And your back?
I'm not a total wreck, you know. Come here, and I don't care who's watching us.